Hey Tyler, thanks for reaching out. I'm glad to be able to help you with this. This is going to be your first program. As we do this, I want you to really understand that your mobility is going to be as important as our strength work and so on. And mobility doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be sitting and holding stretches. They're going to be moving stretches, what we call dynamic stretches. One of the keys also is for you to be foam rolled and have your areas moving the way they should before you start exercise. So I hope you have access to all these things. And if you don't, I would just find a gym near you, and I know that they're going to be able to help you with this stuff. So first one, you want to take a foam roller. We're going to start with your IT bands. What you'd like to do is take it right below your hip joint, bottom leg straight, top leg bent up and over. We're going to roll from your hip joint down towards your knee, hitting all of that tissue between, but I'm not actually hitting my knee and I'm not actually hitting my hip joint. Just all that stuff between, all right? So you'll get both sides about 40 seconds. All of these foam rolling moves should be about 40 seconds, but if you feel you need to stick on one, by all means do that. Okay, let's cross right foot over the left knee. So right foot over the left knee, then you're gonna roll to your right hip joint. The crossing over the leg is going to push that muscle out so that we can hit it. I'm going to go from the hip joint up towards my lower back, hitting that glute medius, that area that allows you to rotate in that backswing. And of course, when we get to your left hip, allows you to rotate through your finish. Okay? We'll get both sides again, 40 seconds. Let's get down to the calves. These are a big deal for how your stance is set up. All right, we're going to take one leg crossed over. Play with the angle. You're going to head back and forth. You can rotate, find those spots that are hurting you a little bit, and make those areas fluid. It's going to help you move much, much better. All right, last one. We're going to go, it's going to be kind of a goofy looking motion, but we're going to take this right above your kneecap, and we're going to take it down towards your hip flexor and in your quad. None of this should feel that great, but you're going to feel great when you're done. All right, into section one. All right, section two, you've now rolled your body out. You should feel pretty loose. We're going to get into your mobilizers. Again, consider those dynamic stretches that are going to help you get more range of motion out of that golf swing. Our first one, we're going to call the windshield wipers. You're going to take your feet just outside of your hips, so fairly wide with your feet, arms out. You're going to drop your knees like you're trying to get knees to touch the ground. Knees to touch the ground. I always get some really good back stretch in here as well as the hips. Continue for about 40 seconds. A lot of these you just want to feel out. Maybe one day you want to go for a minute on it because it feels good. Just do what you like. All right? Next one, we're going to go arms out. Take the leg across the body. Try and touch the ground. Out, touch the ground on the outside. Again, the range of motion, separation of your upper and lower body. And repeat and get both sides. Last piece of our little mobility, actually I'm sorry, two more for your mobility section. Horse stance. You're going to take that foot next to your hand, sink in for about 2 or 3 seconds, move it back, sink in for 2 or 3 seconds, move it back. Last piece of your mobility, hand behind the head, elbow to elbow, turn, rotate to the sky, stretching that thoracic spine. This is a part of your spine that's designed to rotate in your golf swing. Well, let's go for 12 aside on there. All right, so now your body's ready to move. We're going to get into your strength portion, which in the first few weeks, I really want to work with stability on you, which means your ability to keep lower body still and your upper body rotating and vice versa. Just your ability to control those motions. We won't get into super heavy weights or power until we progress into that. So there's a very strategic planning of all these. So first one, we're going to get it, you're going to use the same pulley system. It doesn't need to be a kinesis, but you're going to use the same pulley system. You're going to head down into a low lunge position and you're going to hold it. My knee isn't touching the ground, it's very close. We're going to hold that while I rotate my shoulders and press. 15 per side. If you can't get 15, the weight's too heavy right now. Okay, so we'll get 15 per side, then we're going to go into a pull motion. Same concept. Low lunge hold. Rotate my spine. and pull, 15 per side. And last little piece here, we're going to try and again, keep your lower body still. Have your eyes follow your hands, have your chest follow your hands. Get those abdominals working, 15 per side. And that's your first strength section. We'll get a new 3, and then we'll stretch. Okay, so before I forget, all of your strength motions are going to be 2 sets. So the first section of our strength motions that we did with the cable, once you've gone through all of them, rest a moment, then go back through all 3. Same thing with the circuit I'm about to show you. All your mobility and foam rolling was just 1 set. All right, so what you're going to do, you're going to find a Bosu ball. If you don't have a Bosu ball, anything that elevates your foot is going to be challenging enough. If my left leg is forward, right hand has the dumbbell. I'm going to head down into the lunge, up. I'm going to reach that dumbbell across the body, rotate my spine, back. Teaching you to get that distance, separating your hands from your body with a nice quality rotation. Let's go 12 aside, all right? Next, I know that you've had the ability to conquer this one when you're in town.
Kevin, you do it.
And again, I'm sure that there's going to be a Bosu ball available to you. And if not, we'll work on finding you a way to order one. We're going to head down into your squat, up, turn that shoulder down at the golf ball, shoulder at the golf ball, all while trying to keep that Bosu ball as flat as you can. Going for 12 as well. All right? Still keeping with that Bosu ball. Last little stability motion with it. We're going to go push-up position. Okay, it's going to make that core have to work pretty hard. Down, up, reach that leg across, back. Down, up, reach the leg across, back. And let's try for 10 aside there, so you're getting 20 push-ups, rest if needed. Get your 2 sets in. And we're going to have finish on core work before you stretch. All right. So we're going to finish up on those abdominals. Always remember, king of the queen and the golf swing are glutes and abs. I love these ab moves because they're quick and to the point, and they're very deep. All right, so you're going to find a swish ball. We're going to put this right between the knees, kind of wrap the feet around. It should feel snug. It shouldn't feel like it's falling out. Okay? Hands are going to go behind the head. Let the knees kind of fall away from you, then it's all going to come together and you're going to touch elbows to knees. We're going to try for 20. Once you've got your 20, only take a little bit of a break. The ball is going to go right between the feet, straight legs, as straight as you can get them. And you're going to do your best not to let the ball move. And I'm going to try and reach up the front side of the ball. The ball is helping me activate the lower abs because of the adductors connecting there. It's also providing a little bit of weight for you to fight against. 20 and 20, okay? Then we'll lose the ball. Consider this kind of like an active recovery. We're going to drop the knees from side to side and work a little bit on those obliques that help you rotate and produce that rotational strength in your golf swing. Go ahead and, after you finish those, give yourself a minute and a half or so rest and get your second set. Then you'll be stepping into stretching.